Hello, Grizzlies. It's Mrs. Osmond again. I'm back. I hope that you are discovering a lot of great things as you are taking care of yourself, paying attention to your wellness path and how much you move. And the more you move, the better you feel. I hope that you've noticed that you've put yourself in the green zone a little more than before. Maybe that's always, and that's awesome. But movement and physical activity and just paying attention to yourself really is such a big component of staying in that really great, lovely green zone. Happiness, contentment, just feeling like everything is okay. All right, so today we're going to do a little bit of movement, and then I'm going to teach you a breathing exercise that could be something that you could use if you needed to get yourself out of just kind of a glum place or whatever. A place where you're feeling kind of anxious, or you know what, maybe you're just looking to spread that great joy that you already feel to everybody else, because that's what we can do. We have the power to do that sitting right inside of us. I know. It's pretty cool. All right. Well, let's start to move a little bit. I want you to come to a tabletop position, which is what we call it in yoga. And it's called tabletop because it looks like a table. So that's not all that creative, but it's easy to understand. So that's pretty cool. All right. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Your hands are going to come right underneath your shoulders. And then your knees are going to come right underneath your hips. And what I want you to do is really pay attention to that alignment. So we talk about alignment in yoga, and that just means how your body is. A lot of times we don't notice. We don't notice our bodies that much, shockingly enough. So your hands right underneath your shoulders. Look at your wrists, look at your elbows, look at your shoulders, all one line. And then look at your knees, and then space them so they're directly underneath your hips. And we're going to come into what we call cow pose. Again, yoga names a lot of its poses under what it really looks like. So you're going to drop your belly and lift your hips. Right away, you might notice, like, ooh, my back isn't used to doing this. That's a good feeling. Like, we don't ever want to feel pain, but sensation is different. So let your belly drop down. Like, really let it drop down. Act like your belly has got like a 10-pound weight hanging from it. So that should feel really interesting on your back. And it should also feel really good on your low back, lifting up your hips. And then we're going to take a breath out, and you're going to push off your hands, lift your spine into angry cat pose. Oh my goodness, do some of you have a cat? Have you ever made it mad? This is what it looks like. Or like a Halloween cat, the black cats with the arched back. Oh, that should feel really good too. What you're noticing right now is the space in between your shoulder blades. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, that's going to feel really good after all the hours that we spend working so hard in front of our computers, following our teachers and doing our assignments. And now we're just going to take that side by side. So take your cat pose. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out and let it go into your angry cat pose. Breathe in and reach your gaze, reach your hips, pull your shoulders back. And breathe out. Just a few more, just like that. Start to notice how the breath goes right with the movement. So you inhale and exhale. Nice big breaths. Don't be afraid to let that breath actually have sound, like someone else would hear it if they were around. All right. Now come back to what we call a neutral spine. Neutral means that it has no shape at all. And then we're going to come into the most popular of all yoga poses, downward facing dog. Okay, watch my feet. You're going to come onto your toes, tuck your toes, really, and then lift your hips and push your heels back. And then, so I want you to think of your body not so much like folding forward. It's not like this. It's not this narrow folding forward. You're out and you're more like the letter V. Do you see the letter V in my body? Let me drop my forehead. That's what you want to find in your down dog. And you might notice like, wowza, my hamstrings. This is called a hamstring back here. That is like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's good stuff, you guys. That's good stuff. And don't worry, it happens to everybody. I want you to try something out here. Push down through your right heel and then bend your left knee. Woo! Did you think that could get any more noticeable? Well, it can. Let's go to the other side. Let's go ahead and push our left heel down and bend your right knee. Are you breathing? Keep breathing. That's the key. Let's do that again. Bend the left knee, push the right heel down. Notice right away that it's not so bad this time because you've already done it once. And then come back and go to the other side. Oh, good stuff. Let's just do it one more time, okay? Because it feels really good. Bend the right. Push down through the right heel. Bend through the left knee. And then switch sides. And then come back to center. Start your downward facing dog. Drop your forehead a little bit more towards your thighs. Pull your belly in. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Come to have a seat on your knees. What do you think, huh? Just that little bit of movement, opening up all of the legs, the back of the legs, and then letting the head hang. Oh, our head. Look at, I shouldn't say, I said this before, I think in the last video. Our neck. Boy, oh boy, this is a one hard working piece of the body. It's holding up this big old head of yours. Yeah, I know I said this in the last video, but it's the truth. All right, so that kind of takes care of the body. I wanted to do a little movement because we're going to take a breathing exercise. And when I say exercise, we think of exercise like let's go running. It's not what I'm kind of getting at. But the breath is something that we can use to move our energy. What is she talking about? Okay, let me explain. So all of the emotions that we talk about with Ms. Topmeyer and with your teachers, all of that is just energy, right? It's just different kinds of energy. And some of it is like, there's not really a good and a bad energy, but some of it feels good, like that energy you have when you're like, woohoo, I want to go outside, I'm so excited, yay. And some of it's not so great energy where you're like, I'm feeling crummy, or that anxious energy. All of it's just energy. And our breath allows us to move that energy, right? So sometimes, like, okay, even when we're in the yellow zone, right, you're kind of like antsy and anxious, and virtual learning is really hard when we're there. And like the blue zone, that energy is just kind of low and like, I don't really feel like it. I'm feeling very unmotivated. And then, the red zone. We don't need to even talk about that energy. Not that it's bad. It's just hard to live with in the moment. And then there's the green zone energy. Still energy, but it's easier to live with. I like that term. I just kind of thought of that. Yes, it's easier to live with. All right, so I'm going to teach you a breathing activity that doesn't take a long time. Here's the thing about breath activity. It does not take a long time, and it takes major effect on yourself if you take the time to do it. And if you kind of take your time to take it seriously. Like, not super serious, but like, if you're giggling kind of through the whole thing, there's nothing wrong with it, but that probably won't be as effective. That's what I'm saying. So I want you to rest your palms on your lap or anywhere that's comfortable. Like, there's really no special place. I just always rest my palms on my lap because then it feels like my palms are nice and grounded. My elbows kind of pull my shoulders down. And I want you to notice how your spine is. So if you can, go ahead and look at my spine. So we're just kind of sitting up nice and straight. Like, not super like, woo, like we're, at attention. Just nice and present, right? And just take a moment to close your eyes. After all that movement, notice where you are right now. Not physically where you are. You can notice that too. But really, like, where are you emotionally or in your feelings? And whatever it is fine. And I want you to bring your awareness. And when I say your awareness, I mean your visual inside eye, like where you're looking on the inside. And I want you to bring your awareness right to your heart. And we know in our heart, that's such a sweet, safe spot. And I want you to think about that sweet, safe spot. And I want you to imagine a beautiful little light right there in your heart space. Just a beautiful little light. Just a low, dim, beautiful little light. Calm and peaceful. Like a light in the middle of an ocean. And now, I want you to keep that noticing of that light. And I want you to let that light bring you a lot of peace. Right? That light is just warmth. It's just like warm and cozy and just wants so much good. And on your next breath in, I want you to imagine that little light right around your heart getting a little bit bigger on the breath in. And a breath out. Let the light go back down to its original size right around the heart. Now on your next breath in, I want you to take an even bigger breath and let that light even get bigger. All the way out to the chest, to the shoulders, the arms, down the belly. And then breathe out and let that light go right back into your heart. Next breath in. Even bigger light. Let it expand all the way out around you. And then on your breath out, visualize that light coming all the way back into the heart. So warm, so cozy, so peaceful. You know what's coming here. Next breath in, bigger, bigger, bigger. All the way out to around you. Maybe it even makes it out to somebody near you or somebody you're thinking about. That beautiful, beautiful, peaceful, warm, cozy light. And breathe out. Let that light come right back into your heart. Okay. We're going to take this one last time, and I want you to take the biggest breath. And I want you to send that beautiful light to everybody in the whole world. Big, big, bright light, wishing so much peace, so much wellness, so much coziness, all the way out. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And breathe out. Let all that light come back into you, back into your heart, taking all the wellness and the goodness of all the world back into your heart. And pause there and just sit with that beautiful stillness, that peacefulness, that calm, and that light. And know that that light is always in us. It's always in us. And anytime we want that light to be brighter and bigger and take up more space, all we got to do is breathe. All you have to do is breathe. You can open your eyes if you still have your eyes closed, or you can leave them closed if you feel like that too. All right, everybody. I wanted to remind you again that all of us have this light, and all of us have that energy, and our energy is what we do with it. But we have to know how, and this is how. So, I wanted to say, I wish you well, and my light extends out to your light. Bye, guys. I will see you next time.